the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in the binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
In some sense the famous theorem that bears his name dominated his mathematical life, as indeed it dominates so much of the mathematical life of this whole century. When I met Rham in 1949 at the Institute in Princeton, he was lecturing on the Hodge theory in the context of his currents. These are the natural extensions to manifolds of the distributions which had been introduced a few years earlier by Laurent Schwartz, and of course it is only in this extended setting that both the de Rham theorem and the Hodge theory become especially complete. The original theorem of de Rham was most probably believed to be true by Poincaré and was certainly conjectured and even used in 1928 by Éliot-Cartan. But in 1931 de Rham set out to give a rigorous proof. The technical problems were considerable at the time, as both the general theory of manifolds and the singular theory were in their early formative stages. Raoul Bott. Georges de Rham was a Swiss mathematician who fundamentally shaped the field of differential topology. His most significant contribution is the de Rham theorem, which bridges the gap between the analysis of differential forms and the topological properties of smooth manifolds. Essentially, he clarified the deep connection between calculus on smooth surfaces and the underlying shape of those surfaces. His work is foundational to how mathematicians understand the interplay of analysis and topology. Georges de Rham, born in Switzerland in 1903, became a pivotal figure in mathematics, particularly in the realm of differential topology. He began his academic journey at the University of Lausanne, initially exploring various sciences before his profound interest in mathematics took hold. Influenced by the works of Poincaré, he pursued further studies in Paris, which led to his groundbreaking doctoral work on the topology of differentiable manifolds. His most celebrated achievement is the de Rham theorem, which established a crucial link between differential forms and the topological properties of spaces, essentially bridging analysis and topology. He also introduced the concept of currents, expanding the understanding of differential forms. His academic career was spent at the universities of Lausanne and Geneva, where he was a dedicated teacher and mentor. Beyond his mathematical pursuits, he was an avid mountaineer, demonstrating a deep connection to nature. De Rham was known for his intellectual curiosity, integrity, and kindness, leaving a lasting impact on the field of mathematics. Georges de Rham's first major work, his 1931 doctoral thesis, Sur l'analyse de varietés en dimensions, was a landmark achievement. This thesis contained the proof of de Rham's theorem, a pivotal result that established a deep connection between differential forms and the topology of smooth manifolds. In essence, it demonstrated that the analytical properties of differential forms could reveal fundamental topological characteristics of spaces. This breakthrough laid a crucial foundation for the development of modern differential topology, making his doctoral work an exceptionally significant contribution to mathematics. Holonomy. The concept of holonomy has roots in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with contributions from mathematicians like Elia Cartan. Georges de Rham also made contributions to understanding the relationship between holonomy and Riemannian spaces in the 1950s, with a key paper published in 1952. Varietés differentiables, forms, courants, forms harmoniques, published in French in 1955, is a seminal work by Georges de Rham that comprehensively presents his contributions to differential topology and analysis. This book serves as a detailed exposition of his theories, particularly the concept of currents, which generalizes differential forms and provides a powerful tool for studying complex phenomena on manifolds. It also delves into the interplay between differential forms, harmonic forms, and the structure of differentiable manifolds, solidifying de Rham's profound insights into the connections between analysis and topology. Essentially, this book is a cornerstone of his legacy, encapsulating his mature and refined understanding of these fundamental mathematical concepts. L-theory, in its modern form, emerged primarily in the late 1960s and early 1970s, driven by the work of mathematicians like William Browder, Sergei Novikov, Dennis Sullivan, and C.T.C. Wall. It's a collection of theories concerned with the classification of manifolds, particularly their piecewise linear and smooth structures, and is deeply intertwined with surgery theory. The core idea is to understand when two manifolds are equivalent up to certain types of transformations. L-theory uses algebraic tools to study these equivalence classes, typically involving quadratic forms and related algebraic structures. Georges de Rham's work, while not directly establishing L-theory, provided crucial foundations that indirectly influenced its development. His contributions to differential topology, particularly de Rham's theorem and the study of differential forms, established deep connections between analysis and topology. These connections are fundamental to the broader understanding of manifolds, which is a key object of study in L-theory. De Rham's work on currents also provided a more generalized means of analysis on manifolds, which would be useful in more modern studies of manifolds, which L-theory studies. Though L-theory's focus on algebraic structures and surgery theory differs from de Rham's primarily analytical approach, his foundational work on the topology of manifolds provided essential tools and concepts that later mathematicians built upon when developing L-theory. The Hodge, de Rham spectral sequence is a sophisticated tool used in algebraic geometry and differential geometry to connect the de Rham cohomology of a complex manifold with its Hodge decomposition. It provides a way to relate analytical and topological properties of complex manifolds, revealing intricate relationships between differential forms and the complex structure of these spaces. The spectral sequence is a computational technique that allows one to progressively approximate the cohomology of a space. This concept emerged in the mid-20th century, building upon the work of mathematicians like William Hodge, Georges de Rham, and Jean-Pierre Serre, who were working on complex manifolds and their cohomology. The general theory of spectral sequences was developed by Jean Leray around 1945, and then applied to the specific case of the Hodge-de Rham spectral sequence in the 1950s. The author is referencing a specific theorem that can be found in either Georges de Rham's renowned book on differentiable manifolds or John Horvath's book on topological vector spaces and distributions. The de Rham book, particularly the 1973 revised and expanded edition, is a primary source for understanding de Rham's work on differential forms, currents, and harmonic forms. The Horvath book provides a different perspective, focusing on the broader context of topological vector spaces and distributions, within which de Rham's work on currents is situated. The author's difficulty stems from their inability to access the original French text of de Rham's book and the Horvath book, coupled with the search for de Rham theorem yielding a more general manifold-related theorem, rather than the specific theorem they are seeking. They are requesting the precise statement of the theorem as it appears in the context of the referenced books, which likely involves aspects of currents or distributions, rather than the standard de Rham theorem on manifolds. The 1984 English publication, Differentiable Manifolds Forms, Currents, Harmonic Forms, by Springer, is the translated version of Georges de Rham's significant 1955 French work. This translation made his complex and influential theories, specifically those concerning differential manifolds, differential forms, currents, and harmonic forms, accessible to a wider, English-speaking mathematical audience. It provided a key resource for mathematicians and students seeking to understand de Rham's profound contributions to differential topology and analysis, effectively disseminating his insights to a broader international community. The Laplace-Beltrami operator is a generalization of the Laplacian operator to Riemannian manifolds, which are curved spaces. It plays a crucial role in analysis on manifolds, particularly in the study of differential equations and harmonic forms. Essentially, it's a differential operator that measures the curvature and behavior of functions on these spaces. The operator's development spans the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with significant contributions from mathematicians like Eugenio Beltrami and others who were working on the generalization of concepts from Euclidean space to curved spaces. Its formalization and application grew steadily during this period. Georges de Rham's work significantly intersected with the study of Riemannian manifolds, where the Laplace-Beltrami operator plays a crucial role. While not directly inventing the operator, de Rham's contributions to harmonic forms and differential topology provided a framework for its deeper understanding within the context of curved spaces. The Laplace-Beltrami operator, a generalization of the Laplacian to Riemannian manifolds, measures curvature and function behavior, and de Rham's theorems allowed mathematicians to analyze the solutions to the Laplace-Beltrami operator in terms of the topological properties of the manifold. His work, particularly on harmonic forms, built upon the operator's development, which had roots in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and integrated it into the broader study of manifold analysis. Georges de Rham passed away on October 10, 1990, in Lausanne, Switzerland. He lived a long and productive life, leaving behind a profound legacy in mathematics. His death marked the end of an era for differential topology, as he was a key figure in its development. He remained intellectually active throughout his later years, contributing to mathematics until near the end of his life. The integration on forms concept is of fundamental importance in differential topology, geometry, and physics, and also yields one of the most important examples of cohomology, namely de Rham cohomology, which roughly speaking measures precisely the extent to which the fundamental theorem of calculus fails in higher dimensions and on general manifolds. Terence Tao, Differential Forms and Integration 2. According to the information available, Georges de Rham notably received Marcel Benoist Prize 1965. This is a significant Swiss scientific prize, awarded to individuals who have made the most useful scientific discovery. It is also worth noting that he received other forms of recognition, such as, he was also given the Prix de la Ville from Lausanne in May 1979. He also had honorary positions given to him from the universities that he taught at. According to the testimonies of those who have known Georges de Rham, it seems hard to separate, in his personality and his public engagement, the loyal colleague from the generous friend, the passionate researcher from the fatherly teacher, the brilliant scientist from the brave alpinist. He regarded proving a theorem, delivering a lecture or reaching the top of a mountain as a personal endeavor, requiring a full involvement of the deepest and most precious faculties of the individual, in the name of some kind of transcendental beauty. On the occasion of the centenary of de Rham's birth, his former doctoral student Oscar Berlet remembers that he once explained to him, for alpinism is not only a physical exercise, but it also a task for the mind, and it allows one to create a marvelous harmony between nature, soul, and body. Climbing higher to attain a larger view could be considered as a metaphor for de Rham's constant attempt to advance in abstraction, to gain generality by looking at single problems and objects from above. The development set off by his first proof of the theorem bearing his name moved exactly in the direction of embracing specific questions in a more and more general framework. His scientific approach is based on the comparison of structures, which, unlike in the so-called abstract nonsense, should not be treated as empty buildings, but employed as containers that enable us to grasp different particular cases at the same time. Georges de Rham, the First Century of the International Commission on Mathematical Instruction 1908-2008.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no frame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just the beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Silence break, raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw.
Okay.